Hey everyone, Happy New Year's. Well, it's almost New Year's in about an hour and a half. Anyway, say you're out celebrating tonight and you didn't eat, you were drinking, or maybe you were working and just hadn't had time to eat. And you came home and you've got this. You're thinking, I can make something good out of that. I can have a bowl of cereal, but there's not really that much in there. So you're thinking, what else can I do with it? Now, I've used this recipe myself many times, and I've used it in a frying pan and I've baked it also, and both times came out perfect. Works great on chicken, works great on pork chops. So, say you got some pork chops thawing out. Now, if you really want to get with it, sorry it was so loud. I'm sure the neighbors are like, what you doing? You can even make this even crispier. You can leave it crispier, flaky, but you want, if you're going to do it flaky, I'm going to warn you now, you're going to want to leave it in the grease a little while longer. Otherwise, it's going to be just too hard on your gums and stuff to eat. Like I said, I've done this many times. So, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the pork chop, that you've been dreaming about, and hungry for. You've been like, yeah, I'm going to get home and I'm going to eat, and it's going to be good. Well, I'm going to tell you what we do. We take what we just crushed up, okay? We're going to add some garlic powder to it. Garlic powder is good in everything, unless you don't like garlic. We're going to add some onion powder. We're going to add some smoked paprika, because I love smoked paprika. It smells so good. Oh yeah. Now we're going to add some coarse ground black pepper. I'm going to go with 3 good pinches of that, just to make it nice. And we're going to add some salt. About 2 good pinches. Actually, it's more than a pinch. More like a bunch in there. Because not all of it, you don't have to really worry about, because it's not all going to stick to the pork chop. Okay? Now what I've done here is I've taken my pork chop and washed them under soap and water. I'm just joking, no. I rinsed them. Actually, I just rinsed them with water, and I'm going to pat them dry. I always like to throw in little comments like that to see if you're listening. Who would wash pork chops under soap and water? Well, I'm not going to say that, but you know, sometimes these days you never know. Some weirdos might. I'm not joking. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about a tablespoon of EVOO, and that 1 tablespoon is going to go on both. Okay? That's just approximate, because we want the put it on all sides here, because we're going to make it really good. Now, if you want to add some hot spices to it, go for it. Anyway, those are ready. Okay? There we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to pour that cornflakes mix on them. So these are 2 small pork chops. Or if you want to, what you can do, and this is kind of fun if you got a kid hanging out, throw them in the sack, and you can shake them and twirl them and dice them and roll them and all that stuff. Let it get all around. Okay. Done. Next. What are we going to do next? We're going to pull out the air fryer. Now, since they've barely got any oil on them, this is going to work perfect. I just have a feeling. This is going to be my first time, so we're doing this together, people. And I'm hoping y'all have a happy and safe New Year's Eve. So here's what we're going to do. And hopefully there's enough room to put the tater tots on here. Now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of getting any extra on there. Look at that. Don't that look pretty? Now if you want to, you can make you still see how pretty that is? If you want to, you can probably throw some milk on there and eat that. No, I'm joking. Don't do that. That's raw pork. I had a friend who said I should try adding making videos of things that are their date of use has gone past, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to be and I don't want to be in trouble for someone else's hospital bills and such. So we got enough for some tater tots in here. And we even got some left over. So I'm going to close that bag back up. Toss it back in the freezer. And then we're going to swing this around. You get everything out of the way now to the Chefman air fryer. Okay, we're going to put this bad baby, we're going to leave it on 400 and we're going to reduce down to 9 minutes. And we're going to hit start. What you just heard is I washed out the bag that the pork chop was sealed in. Now what would be really good and add to it for all you people that like hot wings and stuff is I have some Red Devil powder. And it tastes just like the Red Devil hot sauce. It's good. Where is it? It's up in my cabinet somewhere. And I can't get up to it because my back's not doing too good today. But hey, I'm here to wish y'all a happy New Year's and all that good stuff. 2021's out the door. Hope next year is a lot better. In a second it's going to beep and tell me to shake the tater tots and turn the pork chops. And at 400 degrees at 9 minutes, it should be very good. So while y'all are watching this, like I say, I just, came across all this. I did the cornflake things, and it doesn't have to be a real popular and expensive brand. You can get the cheapest brand you want for this. It's all going to come out the same. Trust me. And I don't even know where I learned this, but it works great. I wouldn't tell you if it didn't. And kids, Papa Don's not joking with you. Don't do anything screwy and eat anything that's old and all that. Don't do that. Don't. Pay attention to, if you read the package, it'll tell you when it's expired and all that. And then if you want it, you can ask your parents and let them read it and let them decide. But don't do it on your own. It's not worth, having to go to the hospital or so forth. And don't eat the juice or the leftovers from the cornflakes, which y'all saw me just do. Don't eat that with milk and sugar. That was just a joke, okay? I'm saying that for safety reasons. I don't want anybody getting hurt or getting sick or anything like that. And in just a minute, it's going to tell me to. I love this air fryer. It's like awesome. There it is. And it's telling me to shake the tater tots. Which I'm doing. And I'm going to turn these pork chops and for all you kids who want to cook, go ahead and see, it starts right back up. I love that machine. It'll go hotter than that and longer than that. But if all you kids that want to cook, and I encourage you to cook. My son went to 2 years of culinary classes while he was in high school and graduated with 2 ropes. So, hey, and I think he got it, from me, and I guarantee you, if you can cook, no matter what's in your fridge, you're probably going to be able to figure out some way to make it a meal. And I encourage that because you can go a long way. I'm not bashing any of the fast food restaurants or anything, but I can tell you this: I worked at a fast food restaurant when I was 16 to 17 years old before I went in the Marine Corps, and if a kid came in that had culinary experience, he was hired on the spot and he was pushed in front of everybody else. That's the way it works. That's the way it works in this world. So give me 1 second and I'm going to come back to you and we're going to see how this looks and see if it's ready. I think it's ready. It'll be ready. If not, we'll throw it on for another minute or so, okay? Be right back. Unless you just want to sit here and watch this thing, I'll let you watch it. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's see what we got. Everything looks golden brown to me. Here's what we're going to do again. I mean, there, it's done. But I just want to make double sure. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it on for a couple of more minutes at 400 degrees. Then we are going to cut into it on a plate. My heater switch for the climate control for my blazer came in today, so I'm excited because my heater quit the other day. Well, it didn't quit. It was blowing out air, but not hot air. It was blowing out cool air. And I have a neighbor who works in HVAC and all that. And he came out and looked at it and he says, well, you see where it's blowing out is the top. It's not going to give you straight up hot air because that would crack your windshield when it's cold. And he says it's the switch itself. So I went and ordered a switch. I had to search for it because they don't make a switch for a 2000 Blazer anymore. Well, they do, but the thing is that you don't know if it's the exact one that you need. So I went with a used one. It's 4 years older, but by looking at it, it had to have come off of a wrecked car or something because it looks brand new. So I'm figuring, I mean, this car, my car is a 2000 Blazer. So I'm figuring that that the one I got that is 4 years later, 2004, I think, another at least 4 years at the most, you know, and I got a year's warranty on it. So hey, can't complain about that, and I'm hoping it works. Because my neighbor said he'd help me put it in. I mean, that's what he does for a living, so he knows what he's talking about. I don't. I mean, used to when you had cars with refrigerant in it and you went and bought a bottle of refrigerant when it stopped getting cold, that's about as far as I knew. Let's take a look. I hear it sizzling and it looks so good. Okay, I'll spin y'all around here so y'all can see what it looks like. Weird. Oh man, it looks good already. And guess what? It's done. It's perfectly done. And it's crispy on the outside. look at there. So we went 12 minutes with that. Only because I wanted to make sure that it was done. Anybody hungry? Come over. I'll put you to work on the cameras. Yes, I will. Let's see what these taste like. Now this pork chop was kind of lean. It didn't have much grease on it, so I wasn't worried about going in the air fryer. Oh my gosh, that's good. So if you look at it, it's about a 1/2 inch thick pork chop. And man, it's good. These were on the manager's special, so you know they weren't very top of the line, but oh my gosh, I guarantee you could throw this up against top of the line. You can't tell the difference. I'm serious. These are like outstanding. They taste so good. Anyway, I hope this helps everybody, and I hope you're all safe, and no one got any accidents or anything because it's New Year's Eve. So if you decide to make this, hey, your kitchen, your rules, you're the boss. Make it and be proud of it and show it off. I hope this helped everyone. And if you're in a cold place, find a warm place to go swimming or snuggle up. And if you're in a warm place, go swimming. Yeah, I like to swim and scuba dive, if you can't tell. So happy New Year's to everybody, and y'all have a wonderful year ahead of you. And it is 2253, so not quite New Year's. And so I'm not going to make another video until next year. How about that? Okay, I'm serious, y'all. Be safe and have a great year ahead of you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and I love you all. Bye.